All right, so thanks for taking the time to come in and talk with us and have this interview. So we want to talk a little bit about your culture and how it kind of differs from our own. And so just getting right into it, what are the relations between genders in Dubai?
So traditionally, Dubai has been like in the early days, it used to be a Bedouin culture where we have like tribes roaming around trying to feed off the land.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could consider that as like in the early days where it was mostly like patriarchal, where men had to go out and work. And so the woman was considered more of a, stay at home, take care of the kids, make sure like the household setting is good. But in modern days where, well, we had the growth of oil, which was discovered, it influenced like a lot of growth in the country. Things changed drastically and for like a very short period of time.
And so what are the relations between different age groups in Dubai?
You gotta be really respectful because, in a language sort of sense, the way you'd say certain words would be like either accented in a certain way or in terms of grammar, you would pronounce those like it's the same word in a sense, like so hello, but with a hello with like a formal setting to it.
And so what is the proper and improper gestures?
Okay, so this is really interesting where like right after the Assalamu alaikum, if you know someone really well, like as it's like uncle, relative, something like that, friend, they do something called a nose kiss. So I won't demonstrate it obviously, but it's basically where so like either they do an embrace or a handshake after saying that, and then they touch the noses on either side, like like how you kiss either cheek, but like instead you do it with the nose.
And so finally, in what ways are the U.S. culture norms potentially offensive in Dubai?
PDAs are a big no-no. It's I wouldn't say it's like really super conservative there, but it's still definitely frowned upon.
Well, that's it. Thanks again for coming in and taking the time to talk with us.
What's your name?
My name's Beatrice.
And where are you from?
I was born in Cuba.
Okay. And did you notice when you were living in Cuba that there were any gender differences there?
I guess compared to, it's pretty much the same compared to the US.
And what kind of jobs do men and women have in Cuba? Are there any differences between them?
I wouldn't say there's any difference. I mean, women and men, they could have equally the same jobs. Yeah, there's no difference between, like there's no stereotypical job for a woman or stereotypical job for a man.
Okay, so it's pretty similar to how it is in America.
Right.
And is there anything from American culture that's offensive in Cuba or vice versa?
Oh, well, not anything from America that would be offensive in Cuba, but vice versa. I think they're a lot more in Cuba. They're a lot more open to the way they speak. Like in America, we would be more reserved, more careful to who we're speaking to. But in Cuba, they're a lot more free and open with their speech.
So they just say like whatever they're thinking.
Yes, exactly. They do not care. They're very open with how they speak.
Okay.
Alright, howdy, my name is Matt Conrad. I am a South Korean, half American native, and I was born in South Korea, where I lived for 15 years, and I moved to the United States 2013, I believe, so I have a pretty good acclimation of both US culture and South Korean culture.
What are some of the relations between genders in South Korea?
So in South Korea, it's kind of weird. When you get married, you kind of marry into your husband's family, so when you leave, you kind of leave your own family behind if you're a woman, and then you kind of, it's been changing, but now it's been more of like it's more of a gender neutral. Everybody has equal opportunities. Less people are getting married. Women are joining the workforce, so it's definitely becoming more progressive.
What are the age relationships between people in South Korea? Like how they interact with each other?
So definitely age is very important in South Korea. So from very young, you're taught to respect your elders. The way you speak to them is completely different in diction. You add a more formal ending to your words and stuff like that. You have to bow to them. You have to say hello a certain way.
What is some proper and improper gestures in South Korea, and can you demonstrate?
Yeah, so the most noticeable gesture is definitely the bow, where you just bend at the waist. Like when you say hello, it's like, oh, hello, nice to meet you. When you give your business card, it's with two hands always. So you give it with two hands. It's a very important thing to transfer business cards.
What are some things that are considered okay in the U.S. that could be offensive in South Korea?
definitely U.S. is more casual. So like even if you meet someone new, you can talk to them like they're your friend. But if you do that in Korea, they take it very much offensively. When I moved here, everybody was much friendlier and more casual way. I mean, they're still friendly in Korea, but it was definitely more formal when I was in Korea.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.